Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Test. Guys, can you hear me? Just give a shout out in the chat if you can actually hear this, because I'm struggling to get the sound here, listening to the sound over here. Guys, can you hear me? Just give a shout out in the chat. Okay, I think I'm sorted. I'm just putting that little chat box down in the bottom right hand corner so that I don't have to keep turning around trying to find comments. I think it'll be a bit easier for me to deal with. Hope everyone is okay. How many we got in the room? 4 people. I actually thought, genuinely, that it was starting at 2 o'clock my time, which is still another hour away. And then Evony messaged me to say that it was starting in literally 20 minutes. So it's all been a little bit of a rush to get myself sorted. But I think I'm here. I think I'm sorted. Of course I'm here. So, yeah, 6 minutes to go till we are live on Battle of Chalons. And I'm just going to show you who we are having a look at today. I can just go over to the screen. Let's go into Battlefield, Battle of Chalons. And I just literally picked someone, actually, because I'm so unprepared that I didn't actually have a look at who I was going. So I went to Heart of Galaxy and literally picked the second... literally picked the second best team on here, which was Shield. So hopefully we should have a decent stream with a decent alliance going for glory from Heart of Galaxy. They're from server 1706. I don't know if there's going to be anyone random from 1706 in here, but if you are, I'm streaming you live today. Okay, let's have a look. What I'm going to do, actually, because there's only a couple of minutes to go, I'm just going to go and get myself a little bit prepared, and then I will be straight back. Okay, I am back. I've got my tea. That's the most important thing. So I am literally ready to go. We are 1 minute away from the battle starting. So I am going to jump into there. Keep my fingers crossed, as I always do, that Evony have got me sorted correctly. Okay, I am back. I've got my tea. Okay, so I've double checked. We're all good. Life is good. And the battle should be starting. Are we 1 o'clock dead on? Yes, we are. So that means I am going to come out of the game. So you're going. I'm just going to put it on the other screen for 1 second, and then I will come out of this and go back in, hoping that everything is sorted. That's the plan. Okay, look at that. Shocking. Everything is perfect. I'm just going to jump into the chat on here and let people know. Actually, I'm not putting it back on the screen. Let me do that first. So, I am here. SLD. Hey, let me let them know that I'm streaming them live. Looks like it's not going in. Let's try again. No, it is not working. Why is it not working? Let me do this again. Just 1 second. Just a few issues. It looks like it's just gone a little bit buggy. So I'm just going to come out of here again and just restart. Let me do that right now. Actually, maybe it's because I can't chat. Maybe that is actually the problem. Yep, sending failed. It looks like I can't speak to them. That's not a problem. Okay, let's just go back over to the Evony game scene. Actually, the score detail, is that all up correctly? It is. So we've got SLD Shield. That's the ones I'm following. Server 1706. Hold My Drama. Server 1724. Server 1845 is Jokes on You. And Leo, Lions of 1821, is also in this battle. Let me just make sure on the battlefield map that everything is okay and I can see everything. Yes, I can. These are SLD. You can see they've got quite a few strong players in here. There's quite a few 44s that I can see. A few 40s as well. Some beautiful decorating on the castles going on there as well. Let's go and have a look at the other corners and see what the lineup is looking like. Let's go over to this side. Who have we got over here? We've got HMD. This is what we've got so far. So it looks like these look quite small in comparison. Let's have a look at the other corners. Go down to this side. Who is this? This is Joy, Joy. And Leonidas. I've heard that name before. Genuinely heard that name before. Leonidas. 48.1 billion. Level 48. Wow. That's an ouch. That is an ouch straight away for whoever is facing in this battlefield. 48 is the biggest I've seen, I think, ever. And let's go to the other corner. And click over here. And who have we got over here? We have Leo, and let's have a look at the size of these people. I can see a 45 there, actually quite a few 40s. So these may be also pretty decent. It just looked like that one in the top right corner that didn't look massively strong. 10 seconds to go. Battlefield is about to start. Let's jump in to see where everyone is going first and foremost. Battle of Chalons Live, Season 13. Let's do this. Having an issue seeing the messages, just letting you know that. So, I genuinely can't see what people are writing, but that doesn't matter. Where are SLD going? Is there anyone else in here? There's a lot of 44s that I can see from SLD. Again, I'm just going to try and send a message just to see if I can. And the answer is no. No, you can't. Okay. We can see, though, where they're going. And this is where they're going. They have got their space. This is what they are doing. They're all getting in there together. A lot of reinforcements going on from the beginning. Let's have a look at the score details. I just want to make sure all the scores, yes, they are. They're all going up. That's fine. Not a problem at all. 12 people in the room. Do drop your comments. Sorry, do drop your comments. Do drop your server that you are in and your alliance into the chat, as well as your ID. Leandri did it earlier. I've got that ID, so that will be sent across to Evony for some rewards. Actually, I'm going to do something else as well because that chat is just in the way, so I don't really want it. There we go. Got rid. Okay, so let's do this. Let's have a look. We've got a few things going on. Let's see some of these rallies being set. Started an alliance war. That's where we are going. Level 39 Dizzy. Let's go straight over to there and see what happens. Already, oh god, there we go. Level 42. Already zeroed by the looks of it. HMD. Everyone is going to go after HMD. That is for sure. Let's jump onto another one that's being done. Is it 11 seconds? Again, let's go over to the chords. It's this Peasy, level 42 again. Detail on this one, 17.1 billion. Wow, that would be our strongest player in our alliance, that would. Genuinely, 17.1 billion. So they're going after these people that we wouldn't have stood a chance in this. Do also let me know your size as well. What size are you? What kind of keep you are in the chat as well. 13 people. Welcome to you all. We can see Dizzy is still being hit. That's because Peasy must have had plenty of reinforcements, so they haven't gone after it. I'm going to just keep an eye on that. I wish I hadn't sent those last two messages in there. It's sort of in my way. So they're going after this guy next, maybe. I don't think so. Level 45. 52.5 billion. They're obviously worried of this player. Just going to turn up the sound on my alt YouTube. Make sure I can hear myself. In my way. So they're going after yes. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Who we got? Level 40. Alliance War has expired. Hopefully, you never know, I might see some reports being shared in here. That would be really, really cool. Let's have a look at the scores. What's going on early? Shield, 23,000. HMD, I ruled them out. They're in the lead. 31,000. Joy on 18. Elio on 22. That is actually a very decent start for everyone involved. And Leonidas in Joy, I kind of expected that, level 48. But yeah, look at these HMDs. Never write off the underdog. I'll call them the underdog. They might have lots of really cool people. And actually, when I go to whatever the next battle is, with HMD, which is this one. No, it wasn't. Boogeyman. There we go. HMD, have you got anyone big? I just want to see because they all look quite small. 38, 41, 42s. So they're doing impressive. I don't mean this could genuinely just be because loads of people have been burnt and they're getting lots of points from all the defending. Let's go back into the Alliance chat. Let's have a look at who they're looking at next. They are definitely worried about this guy. Leo are definitely going to be the long game because you've got Leonidas. Was it Leonidas? Oh, no, maybe Leonidas wasn't in these. Let me go back to the score detail. No, he's in Joy. Okay. Oh, we've got a level 36. He's already struggling, I think. Who's this guy? We like the little 36s. 2.3 billion. If I go briefly quiet, it's because I'm trying to drink my tea in the background. Again, if you've only joined late, I actually thought this was starting in an hour's time. I didn't think it was starting literally 15 minutes ago, so I'm completely unprepared. Go back to that score detail. Oh, there we go. Shield 59,000, HMD 46. Leo, they are definitely up there as well. 57,000. But Joy, again, they've got a 48, a K48. So at the moment, it's just Leonidas doing it all on his own for them. But I would definitely not be writing them off. But it all depends on those reinforcements. Again, we've only had one ID in the chat. So if you are watching, drop your ID into the chat. I'll send it to Evony. Now, I'll be honest, the rewards aren't massive, but they're rewards. Let's do it. That's what I think. Drop them into the chat, your IDs, and I will send them across. I do keep messaging them and saying the rewards need to be better because they're a little bit poor. They are, but again, it's free. Who are we going after now? King's Ride, level 43. It's a Leo. Detail is 7.6 billion. It's a shared coordinate, so it's not actually a war battle at the moment. But it's definitely one that could be next. Billy Bob. Who did you share here? That's that level 45 again. That's 50 odd billion, isn't it? 16 people watching, and really appreciate you joining me for this particular stream. Like I say, I just picked someone random. I didn't actually have anyone that I was going to do. We did really terrible, actually, as an alliance. I think we weren't very active in all of the qualifiers. And also, we had some really strong alliances that we were also up against. We've got an alliance war. Where's this one going? They're showing, don't share their, that's the one I want. This one. Oh, got to be quick. I think they moved. Who we got next? 41. Troublemaster is who they're going after. What's the detail? 10.1 billion. 10.1 billion. Let's see if anything goes on there. I'm just literally joining all of the rallies. Not joining them. I'm clicking on them straight away so I can see battle report. That's a scout report. It's not what I want to see. Be so awesome if they do share some of the reports as they go further on. Let's go to the scores and see if anything's changed. 79,000. Joy straight back in there. It was always going to be the way. They were always going to come back with Leonidas. A K40 ace. 74,000. So they're now into second place and they're now playing the game. But again, the scores pretty decent from everyone, to be honest, for the first, 15 minutes of the battle. You are absolutely right. Yes. My British accent. Can't hide that. It's from Birmingham, incidentally. Although I'm trying to get rid of the Birmingham accent. That's what I'm trying. Whereabouts are you from in Britain? Let's go to the next one. Troublemaster. An alliance war. That one's already ended or stopped. Let me just... I'm just going to do something. Just give me not 5 minutes. A couple of minutes. I've just got to go and do something. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I was just sharing the link actually on Discord because there is not many people. I expected that because I'm so unprepared for this one, but it's perfectly fine. Okay, I've done that. Where are we on the scores? Shall we go and have a look at the scores as it's been a little while? 145,000 from Shield. 145,000. They are pulling away. I chose the right alliance to go and follow. Joy and Leo third and second. Leo second now on 100,000. And Hold My Drama, I said they looked a little bit weak when I went and checked on them, and that is exactly the case. From an individual score point of view, we've got Leonidas 47,000. We've got Kitwita and 40,000 from Leo, and then we've got quite a few third, fourth, and fifth from SLD on the 20s. Let's go down, see what else we've got in here as well. Quite a few from SLD and quite a few from Leo as well, dominating the top scores. And I will do just the top 50 for now because I want to go and jump into a few more of the rallies and see exactly what is going on. Okay, we've got another one going on against... No, surely not. It's not going on against them. That is not the case. Okay, let's continue. Just waiting for another one to start. We've got Leonidas. You can see he's sending an alliance to... Sorry, and get my words out. Sending a rally. Okay, let's go back to where they're all congregated, and this is where SLD all are. Sunny Bournemouth. Absolutely love going down there. Really do. Let's have a look. Who are we going after? Started on a war against Tex-Mex. There is Tex-Mex, but look how quick it's sent. It's sent so quick, these battles, honestly. I'm very, very impressed. So I'm just going to leave it on the scores a moment while I just do something in the background. Let's get the scores up there. There you can see them. Leonidas running away. Although Katwita, 51,000, is now challenging for that first place as well. Just come off this. I'm just going to do something in the background. Okay, right, sorry. Doing some stuff in the background. That was obviously going to be the case. That was going to lose a few people, but it's perfectly fine. Let's go into the Alliance Wars. Who have we got going on here? PZ. That Alliance War has already expired. Score details. It is Shield running away with it. Leo in second, 183. They've actually gone quite clear as well in second place above Joy. Although Joy do have the strongest individual player on the battle. Hold My Drama, you'll probably find they may even have already said that's enough for them. Probably save on those healing speed ups, because I can't imagine they are going to make much of a difference in this battle. From an individual scores point of view, Leonidas 57,000, Katwita 52,000, Tex-Mex is on 44, Young Dad from SLD 42, Peasy HMD 39, SLD Ziz 37, 44 BB 4429, the Shiznit, or yeah, I believe so, Shiznit 32,000, Stockhawk 21, Hitchin top 10 with Hitchan top 10 with 19,000. Let's go back into this. Have we got one going on? Probably not. Not yet. So just waiting for some Alliance Wars to be set. And it does look like I say, what I don't want to happen, and it always can, obviously Shield and Leo are reasonably close in the scores. But the likes of Joy and the likes of Hold My Drama, they could pull out here. It depends on how they want to play it and save those speed ups, healing speed ups for another day. It doesn't look good for either or of them. Shield are pretty strong. I knew they were pretty strong from the score that they got in the qualifiers. So that was always going to be the case. And they are proving that right now. Battlefield map, let's go back. And it is a sea of red around the map from Shield. And those are the individual scores you can see at the top as well. So they are literally dominating in all aspects on this game. Let's go and have a look at what's going on. And this is what I'm talking about from Shield, SLD. There's a lot of good players here. And it looks like this 44 Young Dad is the one that's setting all the rallies. But they've got a few 44s, there's a few 43s. It's a really good mixture of strong castles that will be all reinforcing for those rallies. So very, very impressive. 14 people in the room. Do drop your ID into the chat. I will then share that with Evony for some rewards to be sent to your inbox. And also do share your server. Where are you from? Always interested to know how young or old the servers are that you are all watching from. Let's go into the rallies. Nothing going on at the moment. Score details. Anyone trying to make a difference? Not really. 215,000. Leo are definitely pushing Shield. That's what I would say at this moment. Leo are definitely not out of this game. And Katwita, we looked at that castle earlier, is also getting some decent scores. I think 51 billion, Katwita. I'm sure it's 51 billion that they were. Okay, so started an alliance war. That one's already gone. I missed it, I think. Or did I? Who was it? Okay. Moved. 42, level 42. Peasy, already gone. So let's go to the next one. Again, no one has shared their ID other than Leandre. Do you know something that I don't know about how wonderful those rewards are? No comment. Let's have a look at this one. Main is server 1452, but been playing since beta, and before when Evony used to. I've heard a few people play this. I'm new to the game. I genuinely, I say new. I've been playing it for 2 years, and I'm on original server 1525, but that then got merged with server 1429. So that's the server that I'm now in. But I don't know if anyone noticed my terrible video the other day of my ultimate defense that I put in there. And I'm always working. Let me just go back to the battlefield map. I'm always working on my defense. I'm T1 defense. That's the idea at the moment. Although I do have 150 plus general tokens to potentially be going after a range general, then maybe siege general. That's the plan. But I always think I'm doing well. And then I was doing the subordinate city equipment and noticed that I'd got my subordinate city equipment mixed up. I'm always learning, honestly. It's crazy that 2 years in, thinking I've got this mastered, and I absolutely have not. Okay, so Gabrielle shared their ID as well. Server 559 plus 461. Again, a very early server, that one. But yeah, I've heard a few people talk about how it used to be. And I can imagine, I've just started on Resident Evil Survival Unit, although I don't think it's one that I'm going to be there for long. But I was one of the first people to join in that one. And I'd imagine when you are there from the beginning, there's probably a lot of things they throw at you for cheap. That's what I reckon. I feel like on Resident Evil Survival Unit, I'm getting a lot of things thrown at me that I imagine won't be the case once it becomes established. And that's what I can imagine could have happened with Evony. I'm not sure. Did you get awesome stuff that is no longer shared? That would be interesting to know. Civ equipment is one of them. Civilization equipment. I've got some decent choreo. Been lucky with the choreo. And yeah, that is basically my good equipment. Score details. Let's have a look. Anyone going to make a difference in this game? 2-3-1. I've got to say, the scores have slowed down a bit. I don't know if anyone else is noticing that. Shield 274. Leo 231. Hold My Drama 143. 134 for Joy. Peasy, HMD, has now taken over the top of the leaderboard. 76,000. Yeah, I know. Honestly, they're always changing things, and just trying to confuse me. And I'll be honest, it's not hard to confuse me. It really isn't. Okay, so any rallies going on? Rallies. Peasy, they're always after this Peasy, and that must be where they are getting their points from. Is defense, because I can't imagine they are involved much from an attack point of view. Although saying that, they are quite small in relation to who they have in their alliance. So maybe he is also the rally setter and also doing decent defense, because there was only 3 billion taken from that particular attack. 2 billion he is now. Okay, so the ones that came after has hurt him very, very much. 9.8, he's using those heal speed ups though, isn't he? 9.8 billion straight away. So a lot of speed ups being used by Peasy. That's the first thing that I can see with that one. Let's go here. Chords. Who are we going after? This is level 39 keep. Click onto that. Let's have a look at their details. 753 million. They are nothing in relation to this game. Score details. Peasy, where are you, Peasy? I thought so. 109,000. He is literally almost a one-man team for HMD. He's doing it all on his own. He's got 109,000. He's 30,000 ahead of second place for the individual scores. And they only have 183,000 in total. First place, we know, Shield, 345,000. Nearly 100,000 ahead of Leo, Lions of 1821. And Joy, I thought Joy were going to be better. I really did. The reason I say that is because they've got a huge castle, huge keep, level 48 in Leonidas. 80,000 individual scores. But again, maybe Leonidas is one of those where he's super strong, or they are super strong, but maybe the rest of the alliance are lagging quite far behind. I am going to go and grab a quick drink. I will be back in a couple of minutes. I will leave these scores up, and I'll be back soon. Okay, I am back. As much changed. I need to actually come off this and go back in because it sometimes doesn't update. We don't need to be at joy. Let's go and have a look at this one. Level 42. See, what is your power? 9.4 billion. I don't know if anything is going to happen in with that. We've got a scout report being shared as well. It would be so cool if they let me speak on the Alliance chat, because I could be jumping into these, letting them know I'm streaming them, but also asking for some battle reports to be shared as well. It'd be so awesome if I could see battle reports and what kind of buffs people have. But unfortunately, not something that can happen. Score detail. I said I'm going to jump back in there. Leo TH6, Shield 378. I was just wondering, could it get close? It looks like Joy and Leonidas may actually have now given up, because 158,000, 220,000 behind Shield. I reckon Leonidas has said that's it. It's pointless. He's not going to get. They are not going to get anything in this game. Hold My Drama, 216,000, holding up in third place. And Peasy, 133,000 of 216,000. Just shows you what Peasy is doing. But Shield, if you go onto the scoreboard, you will notice that Shield, there is a lot of people that are all in the scores. And I'm just going to scroll down. I'm not going to shout them out, but I'm just going to scroll down just in case you are looking for anyone in particular. 17 people in the room. The other thing that I'm going to shout out, if you're new to the channel, I do a lot of Evony videos. I do other videos as well, but I do a lot of Evony videos. And if this is the kind of content you enjoy, hit that subscribe button. That would be awesome. Okay. 5 likes. Normally when I do this, and it can be a little bit annoying, which is why I haven't done it in this one, is I'm normally asking and begging almost for people to hit the like button. And the reason I say that is because it really helps with the YouTube algorithms. There are people that are finding my videos within the last week, even though I've been running this channel for 10 months, I think it is. 10 months. So hitting that like button and getting me in the algorithms and getting other people to see my videos, that is definitely a way you can help me. And also going and visiting empirebuildacademy.com. It's a website. I'm building it all myself. Every single last bit of that website is done by me in conjunction with the YouTube channel. And you can go and visit there. And I'm adding stuff to that all the time as well. Let's continue all the way down. So 5 likes is what I've got. Let's see, 7. Awesome. Look at that. 2 additional likes straight away. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much. 66 people in total are taking part. Let's go and actually have a look. Not that one. I want to have a look at the battlefield map. And you can see Leo. That's interesting. 12 people have taken part so far. HMD have only had 15. SLD, you would pretty much imagine that. 20 out of 20 turned up. Joy have 19. But Leo, yeah, only 12 people from Leo. So maybe they are still going to be a threat later on if they're going to have other people turning up. It'll be interesting to see on that. What we've got going on here, we've got this one here. There we go. Oh, I'm going to miss it. 8.3 billion. Becomes 6.9, but I'd imagine there will be some stuff sent. We can see there are reinforcements being sent as well to this particular keep. I don't know if there's going to be another rally coming after this. Let's go back into it. 9.7. So not done too bad there, actually, from that particular one. What have we got going on in this one? So that one's started. This one's been shared. Apparella. And what is their detail? Their detail is 5.6 billion. 5.6 billion. Just go back into this. Okay. While I am here, I'm just going to jump out of this very quickly. I'll come back into the scores because I was mentioning very quickly about my gear, and I'll just show you what I mean. Literally 1 minute it'll take. Go into my generals, go into my subordinate city generals, Mark Antony, use him as an example. And if you have a look at this one, and you have a look at this one down here, you notice as I flick through them, they're different. Literally, they are different all the way through. And I know exactly what I've done. I've gone into... Oh, no, I don't want to exit the game. I've gone into the general rankings and followed other people's ways of doing the equipment. That's what I've done. But obviously, I've not followed the same ones. So I've chose different ones. And then, so obviously I followed someone who's got it right, but then gone and followed someone else further on down the line who's got it wrong. And so I've got a load more work to do on my subordinate city generals with the equipment. And again, this account that I'm playing is 2 years old. And I've literally only noticed this when I was doing my defense video the other day. Scorpius, ID, and also server as well. 559461. There's quite a few old servers. And that's one of the things I've got to say with Evony is it's probably one of the better games for people to stick around and continue playing, because I've played other games where I've been in it. I've been in the moment when it's fresh. Age of Empires, played that one for a little while. I don't touch it anymore. I did it with Lords Mobile. I did it with Final Fantasy, which is terrible. I really don't know. I don't know why I played that one, but at the time it felt good. Iron Throne was another one, which has now been rebranded Rise of Firstborn. Really good game, really enjoyed that. But then it got taken over by Netmarble and absolutely ruined. Peasy, 160,000 in the score. But that's what you got to say with Evony, is they really do keep people playing for the long term. That is definitely... Kings of Avalon, Guns of Glory, maybe they are similar. State of Survival, maybe are similar and keep people. But Evony is definitely one of the better ones that I've seen for that. These are the leaders, SLD. This is why they're the leaders, because there is some beautiful decorations, some beautiful strong castles, and they're all being sent to the rallies that are set by Young Dad. And yeah, tell me about it. Honestly, there's been times actually where I've been close to rage quitting. And obviously, you rage if you're in server versus server and you've got your lovely defense there, and then someone comes and hits you with a rally, and then something else is sent straight after, and you're zeroed, and you got too many troops to heal. You haven't got enough soul and all that. It's happened to me twice actually with the account, but always coming back. Always coming back. I'm actually doing my Zero to Hero series at the moment, where I've started a new account where I just want to see how the new things play. I'm going to stream some of the battles from Battle of Chalons and things like that. Battle of Zama, actually. I've never even heard of Battle of Zama, but that's the new beginning thing. I don't know if that's something that continues and then just disappears further on down the line, but I will be streaming some of them. But yeah, it does. It keeps me it keeps me intrigued. It keeps me, and I think they're really good with the kind of events that got going on as well. I do think the events keep you coming back, although I hate the fishing one. Right, scores. Let's do an update latest on the scores. We have Shield, first place, 452,000. Server, 1706. Second place, Lions of 1821. Server, 1821. Joy, no, not Joy. Hold My Drama in third place, 299,000. Actually creeping up a little bit on Lions of 1821. Keep an eye on that. Joke's on You, Joy, server 1845. I thought they were going to be a little bit stronger, but it looks like that Leonidas may be a one-man team over there with the K48 Castle, K48 Keep. Is there going to be anything different changing with what have we got left? Hour and 15 minutes? Hour and 18 minutes. So there is still time for things to change. We have a new battle. No, Young Dad is the one setting everything. Yeah, I think it's a newbie one. I genuinely do think it's a newbie one. And you're right, actually. 30 minutes. I haven't gone into it yet. But it is, yeah, giving you a taster. That's exactly what it is for the BOCs, the BOGs that are further ahead. Incidentally, one of the things that I did on that, I started my new account. And something that I do with my K39, that's what my other castle is. With my K39 and this new one, I always buy the £10 pack every fortnight and have a pop at the Sulis wishing pool. And on the new account, which I've just recently started, did it yesterday, and bingo, hit the 7.2 billion resources with my one and only spin. And that's another thing I like about Evony. They give you that jackpot chance. I've played a lot of other games. You don't get anything like that. You've got to go and buy the 99.99 packs normally to do this. But with Evony, that £10 a fortnight that you spend gives you the chance of win. And even if you don't win the 7.2 billion, the other rewards you can do something with. And I do like that. And that's my recommendation. If you're someone who's low spender, free to play, don't know what to spend your money on, wait for Sulis Wishing Pool every fortnight. Go and spend that £10, triple it up with your triple coupon, and then have a pop at one of those jackpots. Okay, let's have a look. What we got now? No things going on. This is Dreamfire, who's from SLD, going to have a look at this particular portal. Okay. No, you can't grumble. Honestly, it's beautiful. I was showing it in chat actually, and this is genuinely honest. I said, oh, I've done my luck, got my 7.2 billion, and this one guy was adamant that I'd spent 99.99 to be able to do that, and I was like, no, I've genuinely not spent 99.99. Spent 9.99 on a pack, and he was like, no, you don't get that for that. And I was trying to explain to him, but he genuinely wasn't having any of it. He was adamant I'd spent £100 to get them 7.2 billion resources. No, I didn't. Score detail. Let's have a look. 496,000 shield server 1706. 378,000 for server 1821. Server 1724 creeping up. I'm intrigued to see what they're going to do with PZ being the main scorer there. He's in first place, 319,000. We have Jokes on You, server 1845. Let's shout out the top 20. PZ 164 HMD. Leonidas 104 from Joy. 44BB 44101 from Leo. Young Dad 84,000. He's the person setting all the rallies for SLD. Ziz 80,000. The 80,000 SLD. Leo Katwita, I think that is the rally setter from there. 66,000. Orly on 61 from HMD. The Shiznit 61,000. Tex-Mex 56,000 from Leo. And then in 10th place, Sajen Salik 50. 11 Stockhawk, 12 Nuriev, 13 Hitchen, 14 RRP to Guy, 15 Billy Bob, 16 Apparella, 17 Craig Law, 18 Luke, 19 King Rides, 20 is Crush. And I will go down further for the other ones as well, although there's only 66. Let's see if we've got more than the 66 that were playing when the last time I did a full check. One thing I will say is streaming and doing YouTube videos was not something I ever anticipated me ever doing. 67, we've got someone else in the game as well. And at the grand old age of 48 years old, if anyone has ambitions of becoming a streamer or becoming a gamer, sharing the content that they are doing, then go for it. 48 years old, learning things as I go along, hadn't got a clue. And now all of a sudden, I'm a little bit more knowledgeable on all of the different things. I use XSplit Broadcaster, I use DaVinci Resolve for the editing, and I've got my lovely little Rode microphone that I'm speaking into right now. That is it. That's all you need. If you are someone that thinks, can I do this? Yes, you can, because if I can do it at 48 years old, then anyone can do it, in my opinion. Score details, we just checked that, didn't we? We don't need to do that. What we need to do is not go into there. I need to go and get a drink of water. That's what I need to go and do. So what I will do is I will leave it over here on the main group that we're following, SLD, and I will also put up the scores. I will be back very, very shortly. Okay, I am back. Just a quick one. Can anyone confirm that my sound is all right? And the reason I say that is because there have been times where I'm recording straight away. I'll be doing a video, then I go back to do the editing, and all of a sudden, for no reason, I still haven't worked out to the reason why. It'll be all choppy and my voice will be like that. I'm trying to work out as to why it happens, and I haven't found a reason. I'm thinking maybe it might be a computer power issue. Maybe. So, yeah, if someone can just confirm in the chat that the speech is perfectly fine, that would be amazing. Evony is niche as well, even though so many players play it, but not enough content creators making videos. Yeah, you've got your standards, haven't you? You've got your Red Evony, you've got your Genghis, Mr. Yours, Baby Bear Sings. I'm going to miss someone, I'm sure. But there's definitely a select few that do it. But that's one of the reasons why I started a new channel, new account actually, for my server, my Zero to Hero series. I want to share some more of the battles from the beginning that people can watch and get involved with. Excellent, thank you. Sound is great, that's good. Shield 507. Are we getting anything? I'm trying to wish for a really good battle towards the end, and I don't think I'm going to get my wish. Leo 427. I was wondering if Hold My Drama were going to try and do something with 333, but just to let you know, Hold My Drama, I completely wrote them off from the beginning. I said they hadn't got a chance. Cheers, Scorpius. That's good to know. Yeah, HMD Hold My Drama. I said they haven't got a chance, but clearly Peasy is the one-man team there. He's obviously setting all the rallies, and obviously his defense is really, really good as well. And 164 over half the score there. No, it's not. Very nearly half the score there for the Hold My Drama lead. But I just don't think there's anything anyone else can do. Leo looked like they didn't have many people. That's one thing I will say. Go to the battlefield map. Leo only have 12 players. So if they'd have had another 8 that were decent joining, then maybe they would have been more of a threat today. HMD have got only 16, but SLD and Joy, they've had the full quota, 20 out of 20 for both. But that is going to make a difference for Leo, without a doubt, in second place, 429, and actually only 84,000 behind SLD. If they'd have had those extra players, if they'd have had those extra players, then they may have been challenging. And I don't know if they've got anyone coming further on. Let's go and have a look. I'm just going to scroll down the chat and just see if I've missed anyone sharing a battle report, because it would be good to know what people are doing. That's why I'd like to be able to speak in chat, because I could be getting people sharing these battle reports. What will happen is someone will go and watch this video after and went, oh, I was from server, what server are they? 17. Let's just go on to the score detail. 1706. Yeah, someone will say after that they were playing in it and they could have shared the battle reports, and that's normally the way it goes. Shared coordinates. This is for Oinks. Let's have a look at your detail. 993 million. There's not going to be many points coming from that. Again, drop your ID in the chat if you haven't already. Let's get those IDs sent across to Evony for some small rewards. 12 people watching, 7 likes. I'm certainly not going to be breaking any records in terms of my likes today, but it's fine. I'm in chill zone mode today. Chill zone, genuinely. Just enjoying watching the battle, having a little chat with you guys as well. It's a great way to spend my Saturday afternoon before watching some football later. That's what I'll be doing later. 3 o'clock kickoffs are starting in an hour and 5 minutes. But don't worry, I'm not going to be talking football. I'm all about the Evony today. While we're waiting, it just seemed like it's gone a little bit quiet. I think what I will do is just quickly glance at the scores, make sure there's nothing crazy. 80,000 Leo, maybe. I wonder if they'll have some people turn up later. But while we're waiting, I'm just going to jump into my account and just have a look at this. This is my K39. In regards troops, this is what I've got. I've been training some today, actually. 434 million for the T1. 146 million for the T2. And for the T3, I've got 47 million. And then layers for the rest. What I am trying to do, just going to show you their top corner. 1 second. What I am trying to do is keep this 2.7 billion, is trying to keep that as small as possible so that I can have people tempted to hit me in solo attacks on server versus server and also on the battlefields as well. So that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to keep a balance. I'm not got too many high tier troops, but this could change over the next few weeks, next few months, because as I mentioned, I've got those 150 general tokens to spend. I may go after a ranged general and start looking at a little bit more of the attack side of things. One of the questions I've been asking in my videos lately is K40 or more T1, T2, T3 troops? What would you do if you had this account? Would you go to K40? Would you wait until you got those attacking generals first? And would you build up those troop counts? Because I keep hearing people saying now that 500 million is now no longer enough. Where am I? I'm in the wrong one, aren't I? Yeah, 500 million is now no longer enough, and people are talking 1 billion is now the new norm. Although I did hear, actually, that some people were saying T10, 11, 12 of the mounted is the new T1 because of all these K42s plus. So that is also something else. But again, you said it earlier with the fact that Evony just always keep you on your toes. They're always changing something. I mean, Wisdom Dome is a new thing that's just come in and that we're all battling with. I can't take this to 15. This is what I've got at the moment. That's what it looks like. I can improve that, don't worry. But again, it's another thing you have to learn. It's another thing that you have to decide what is the best way to play that. Leo, something's telling me that they're going to come in with a late charge, you know. 450,000, it's down to 77,000, the score. And the reason I say that is because when you get to the later stages of these events, if you are close, it tempts you in as a group to say, hang on, let's have a go. Let's use those speed ups and heal more and get more involved. Let's do more rallies. Obviously, this is a cash cow, these kind of events for Evony, because of all the people that are doing all of the healing and getting involved with this kind of stuff. I can't imagine when you're at this level how many healing speed ups you would be using in the game. And I would imagine it would be a lot, I really do. Peasy, 168,000. I remember we've already seen, if you weren't watching earlier, that Peasy is a healer. Because Peasy, I was jumping onto Peasy earlier. It'd be interesting if we was going after him now. Was jumping onto Peasy earlier, and as soon as he was down to 2 billion, straight back up to 11. So I'm imagining he has spent, they have spent a lot in terms of heal speed ups. Okay. So what are other people doing with their accounts? That would be interesting to know. What are you doing? Are you an attack keep? What keep levels are you? Is anyone going to go after the new Siege General that got released yesterday? Came with 25% march size. I was considering it, but someone made a very good point that I didn't have the final two generals for the Covenant, so that 25% I'd only get 18%, and also he was coming with a lot of leading the army to attack. And that leading the army to attack, if it's just leading the army, they can get involved in different things. But that leading the army to attack is probably the reason why I will not go after him and I will wait for something better. I've been saving these general tokens. I don't even know how long it's been. It's been over a year. It's been over a year, definitely. And if you're not doing the same and you are a low spender or if you are free to play, that is what you need to do. Is you need to save all of your tokens so that you can use them all in one go. They say anywhere between 60 and 120. There's no magic number. But between 60 and 120, some people have ascended a brand new general from 60 tokens. Some people have ascended a general with 80. 80 seems probably about the norm. And that's what I'm doing. I've saved 150. I'm hoping that will get me 2 top generals. I'm hoping it'll get me a ranged general that I can use for attack. I send them all the way to 5-star. Hopefully get involved with the Covenant additional buffs as well. And then I will then go after a siege general. And that's why I was considering going after yesterday's siege general. But I've decided against it. K36 defensive, not T1 really. Siege upgrading to K37. Yeah, so K36. So you've probably upgrading to K37 now. After which it's a speed run to K40. So many resources needed to get to K40. I can't go K40. I'll show you right now. This is my K39, and that is the ridiculous amount of resources that you need to go to K40. 45 billion, 55 billion, 55 billion, and 61 billion of ore. That is why I'm building up my troops. Because that is just going to be a better way for me at the moment. I just feel it's so expensive that I'll play the long game anyway. So because I'm playing the long game, I might as well hold off from going to K40. Hope I get a few of those attacks. Just having a look if anyone's joined from Leo. No. Oh, okay. So 21. So is it 25 in this then? I thought it was 20. It's 25, which means Leo potentially could have another 13 people turn up. That'd be interesting. That'd make it really interesting for the last bit. 11 people watching. Thank you for sticking around. I'm talking absolute nonsense probably. I can talk, that's for sure. Peasy, 168,000 in first place. 44 BB, 44 from Leo. 129,000. Leo Needis, should be in Leo really, is on 125,000 from Joy. Then we've got a few SLDs there. Ziz and Young Dad, Leo, Katwita. So actually, they really could genuinely make a late charge. There's something, I really feel that they're going to make a late charge. I reckon Shield are there for the taking. We shall see. But one thing that is for sure with Shield, and we'll go back and have a look, is they have a pretty impressive little army there going on. This is the one that I'm following. This is the one that I can see what is being said in the chats. Although there is nothing that I am able to do in terms of seeing those battle reports. Can't do it. Let's have a look at this one. Mikus. Are they going after him? 4.1 billion. He's probably going to move. Shared coordinates. What else have we got here? Okay. Okay, I am going to leave the scores on and grab another quick drink. I will be back. I talk too much. I need drinks. Okay, 15 people watching. What is going on with the game? Let me switch over to it. Let me come out of it and go back into it, because sometimes, let's first of all have a look at this war that's going on. Is only okay. I was going to say they're attacking the hospital, not the player. Let's go into this. Is there another one being started? Let's have a look. No, that's the one that I was just looking at. Okay, so scores. With how long we got goes, 54 minutes to go. 556 for Shield, 467 for Leo, 351,000 Hold My Drama, and 277,000 I feel that Joy have kind of given up. That's what I feel from them. In first place is HMD PZ, 168,000. Basically, PZ is the attack, the rally setter, as well as also spending a lot on speed ups and doing a lot of healing. Leo 44 BB 44 and 132,000. Leonidas 132. We've got Ziz on 96,000. Young Dad on 88,000. Katwita on 85. The Shiznit on 70. Sajen Salik is on 67 for Leo. Orly 65. Tex-Mex 58. Stockhawk 53,000. Nureyev 43, Hitchem 39, RIP to Guy 35, Craig Law 35, Billy Bob 33. We've got C on 33, Apparella 32, King Rides 22.31. Crush is on 28,000 in 20th place. I'm not going to shout out the rest, but I am going to show them all, just in case there is anyone in particular you are following. One thing again, I will be doing next week's finals, which if I remember rightly is Saturday and Sunday, isn't it? I've got both days next week, so that's going to be a lot of talking and a lot of sore throats, I think, next week. Let's continue down. Let's shout the random people out. Hook in 50th place, 2,889. We've got, let's throw another one out there, Shrey 3SL. That probably says something, but I'm not seeing it. 2,000. Actually, these people at the bottom, they are pretty much out of the game, aren't they? Let's shout out last place. Let's shout out Purge Tommy, 71st on 67 points. And all those points really, really do keep going. Just having to catch up on the comments, so just bear with me a second. Okay, so Scorpius, you are definitely considering going after that K40. And thoughts about an Evony Discord go? Not enough of them about, in my opinion, for people to constantly grow and learn. Do you know what? I genuinely have, but like with the streaming, I need to learn how Discord works and how to build the server, things like that. So let me just come off this. So if you're not aware, I'm just going to show you quickly, because I can. This is my website. That's a pop-up of my latest video. But when you come off this, I've built this all myself. Well, don't want to do that. So this is all. Yes, I do run a quiz channel called Ultimate Pub Quiz as well. Go and follow Ultimate Pub Quiz. No one watches my quizzes, which I'm also making. But again, let me go back to what I was talking about. So guides, Evony. Click on Evony. This is empirebuildacademy.com. I am going to be doing a little bit more work on this. I've been building this literally for the last year, maybe longer, but as I was doing YouTube, this sort of then went further behind on the list of things to do. But I genuinely think that I can get the forum working, and I can also put more information in relation to the games as well. So that is something that I'm considering getting more involved with. But you're right, Discord, there's the potential there to be doing something with that as well. So it's all part of the plan. It's all part of the grand plan for me. Although I am a one-man army doing all of this, and it is quite difficult. It really is. It's I don't have much time to do it. It's what I can do when I can do it. Obviously, the weekends are pretty decent. But yeah, so yeah, Discord is something I'm thinking about. Definitely. Right, what else have we got here? Have we got any battle report? Oh, I was getting excited. I've seen the battle report. Leonidas, no one's going after him, surely. Let's have a look. K48, this is the guy. 18.8 billion, he is being hit. And he is actually genuinely being hurt. Maybe he's not bothering anymore. And this is just 3 points for someone. This could genuinely be 3 points for someone. Score detail. Joy, they're not making a move. Again, it's literally stayed like this all the way through, hasn't it? It's Shield in first, Leo in second, HMD in third, Joy in fourth. And no one's really challenged each other's position, to be perfectly honest. But with 45 minutes to go, there is that potential that someone is playing the long game, an alliance is playing the long game, and someone genuinely may be making a move. What we got here? Lepage, asking him to stop moving, and I would imagine. Oh, okay. He's obviously in. They are obviously in buildings, and as soon as they move, it kicks everyone out, doesn't it? So that is probably what is going on there. 17 people watching. This is an opportunity. Hit that like button. I'm on 7 likes at the moment, trying to get it over 10. And also, share your ID into the comments so that I can give that to Evony for some really incredibly small rewards. So that would be also awesome as well. Hit the like button, share your ID, get them in there. Although what normally happens is a lot of people come in at the end, because obviously there's lots of other streams going on. I'm aware that Genghis and Mr. Yours, they're all, I don't know if VIG is, probably. They're all obviously doing their streams, and people are watching different streams. And then towards the end, we'll have a few people jumping around, sharing their IDs in all the different ones, which is pretty cool. And I always say, share your Alliance members as well, because I'll just send them all across. Appreciate that, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, so, yeah, share other people's as well. If you have that ID available, that is something else I always recommend people doing. Let's go back to this one. Let's have a look. It doesn't feel like anyone's really burning from here, do they? I bet they're so good. They're so setting a routine of just reinforcing each other when the reinforcements. They look like a good organised alliance, SLD. So that is what I was saying. I will probably stream these guys for the semis and the final, because they are definitely a good bunch to follow in relation to that. Where have we got? Who they're going after? That's a medical tent. They're not going after that person because they've already moved. That alliance war is already over. And score detail, again, not changing. Although Leonidas is creeping up on Peasy for that right to be first place. In fact, you could even say 44 BB 44. There's 3 different alliances there. Well, there's 4, isn't it? The top 4 are all individual people from each of the different alliances. Is anyone going to be making a move trying to get into that first place? 8 likes. Someone else has liked the video or liked the stream. Thank you very much. Getting closer to that 10. 15 people watching. That should be 15 IDs. That should be in my chat so that I can share that to Evony straight after the stream. I jump onto that and I will go and do that as well. Shared a battle report. Oh, again, every time I say shared a battle report, I get excited. But it's never what I think it's going to be. Level 38. What are we doing? Are we reinforcing you? Not with 742 million. Not really. Has anyone else turned up from Leo? No, 12 people. They could be so awesome if they had the full quota of people. They would have definitely been a strong challenger to SLD. But 12 people, 477,000 is very, very impressive. Let's come off this. Let's go back to the guys and see if anyone is actually trying to attack anyone. I haven't actually not seen anyone burn from SLD. I've not seen a burning castle, but that could be that I've missed it, possibly. I wonder what's going on in all of the other streams as well, because obviously that is something I like to catch up with later. I'll go and watch some of those other ones as well and see. Not only can I watch the stream, but I can also take some little tips in how people are running their streams to also potentially improve mine as well. Score detail, that is definitely not changing. 591, I've said that a few times now. Server 1706, server 1821, 479, 360 for HMD, and Joy still in last place, 291,000 with the K48 castle. If you joined late, there's a K48 castle in this battle. It's Leonidas, 136,000. I don't know how much it would cost to get a K48 castle. How much do you reckon? I've just showed you how much it's going to cost in resources to go to K40. And we're talking 55 billions of each one. So to go to 41, 42, I've seen quite a few go to 42, but then it's quite a stretch to continue going after that. But K48, I don't even want to know how many resources needs to be spent for that. Yeah, I'm the same with that. I'm the same with that. I do like there to be activities going on. That is for sure. I didn't mean to click on that. Let's go back into where I should be, which is over here. It's gone all quiet. It really has. I don't know if anyone else is feeling that. It just feels like I'm running out of things to talk about because the rallies have stopped. The score detail has also stopped. No one is really pushing in relation to the individual scores. No one's really making a move on the alliance scores, the individual alliance scores as well. So 9 likes. Well, I'm only one away from getting that 10, and I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll run. I'll be happy with that. 48 years old and 10 likes on a live stream. Let's go. Genuinely started at 48 years old. Okay, so what have we got? We've got nothing going on. March House. Harry. Okay, what is Harry? He's a 42. 1.1 billion. He's already been hit, hasn't he? 1.1 billion. That is not going to be much in relation to the points. If you haven't already mentioned in the chat, what size castle or what size keep are you? And also, do mention if you play any other games, because I'm also intrigued. I do love the base build type game, and I've been playing them now for 5 years plus. I was a late comer to the Empire build games. Yeah, probably about that. 42, 43 years old was when I played my first ever one. One of the first ones I ever got into was Lords Mobile. And at the time, I loved it. I really did. I genuinely was like, oh, this is so cool. Scorpius, well done, mate. That's exactly what we're talking about. All of those IDs are going to be shared. But yeah, Lords Mobile was one of the first ones I played. Spent a little, nothing crazy. Iron Throne was the first one where I was like, oh, this is serious now. This is some good stuff. Spent a little bit on that. Then I went to Kings of Avalon, Guns of Glory, which are both by the same. Didn't play State of Survival for long, but I did play it for a little while. And then I found Evony, and I got hooked on Evony. I really did genuinely get hooked on the way it works, on the way it lasts. Biggest scores are mostly on D, and who can handle rallies the best may well see a flurry in. That's true. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. Yeah, so yeah, let me know if there's any other games you play, and also if there's any other games that you recommend. Clash of Clans, I've never played it. Genuinely never played it. What's it like for events and things like that? I always like the event. I think there's some of them now. I actually went on to State of Survival not long ago, and it feels like there's 400 events that you have to keep up with, and I was like, oh, too much. Evony's got a nice balance. I do think there's one or two now that, you know, I'll be honest, I hate the fishing game. I hate the fishing event. It's just too much of a grind. I can't be bothered with it. So that is one that I don't do. I do the other events like the pyramids, switch my phone into landscape, start searching all around. Found some good tips out of it as well for that. So if you haven't seen the pyramid video, there was a decent tip shared by Uncle Rawn in relation to turning your phone to landscape, but also opening up the whole map so that you can scan quickly for those pyramids. And it really is a bit of a game changer in being able to do that. I am going to go and grab a drink. I will be back in 2. Okay, I am back. Well, how long have we got left? 36 minutes left. Have any of the scores changed? I didn't leave the scores on, did I? While I went away. Let's go and have a look at that. Score details. 621,000 for Shield server 1706. Leo Lions of 1821 are on 492,000. Hold My Drama 373. Jokes on You server 1845301. Peasy Leonidis 44BB44 and Ziz are all the top 4, one from each individual alliance. So that is pretty impressive. Sometimes you can have a few from the same one, but it does show you that this one's been a little bit open in terms of the individual scores. How many people have turned up for each one? And Leo, I'm still shocked at that. 12 people for Leo, 21 for SLD, HMD 19, Joy 22. No, I don't want to exit the game. I keep pressing the escape button on my keyboard. I am obviously streaming this from my PC. This is what the alliance looks like that I am with. And again, oh, there we go, Lepage. Lepage is burning. I think you're the first person I've seen. There may be other people also that have burnt from SLD, but I haven't seen many. Now, this is a good one, this is. D-Horn. Fishing is a ruby necklace wishing fountain. Can land 20 plus per day with champion chests. Tempting me to go and have a look at it. I just hate the fishing game. It's just one of those games. Every time it comes up, I'm like, oh no, and I just stay clear. But we all know that to get ahead on Evony, you need to be involved in everything. That is for sure. And I should be doing the fishing one, but I just find it so tedious. I really do. Battlefield map. No, let's have a look. Let's see. Has anyone shared a report? They haven't, have they? Normally you get one or two that are shared, but for whatever reason, there has been none in here. We've obviously got some scout reports, but no battle reports to show you what the different kind of buffs people have. So, do you know what? While we're waiting for the scores, let's go and have a look at one of my battle reports. Let's go and have a look at my saved. Who was this guy? Harang. 12.6 billion. I'll just show you my buffs. Just because I really want to see some buffs. So this is my one. And these are my buffs at the moment. And you can see, still a lot of work to do there. I'm still not into the 2000. Obviously K39. It's quite a difficult one to jump into that. But, you know, for K39, buffs are okay. My debuffs are not bad. Someone's probably going to turn around and say now, actually they are. But you shouldn't. I'm impressed. I am impressed with... Yeah, that is true. I do need to do it. Yeah, I'm just impressed with my debuffs, and I always think it's really neat when I'm taking the solos on as well. Interestingly, when I was doing my ultimate T1 defense video the other day, I was doing a bit of research. I've never actually come across this as a strategy. Yeah, I just stay clear. There's a lot of blue. That's HMD. HMD are trying to take buildings. What was I saying? Oh yeah, strategy for the T1 defense wall. And what I mean by that is people. I was doing the research and it said that people put weak generals as the defense general to tempt people into hitting you, thinking you don't know what you're doing. I've never come across that strategy. I've never tried that strategy. So it'd be interesting to know if any of yous have, and does it work? Because I was like, obviously, being more T1 defense, the buffs really of Queen Boudica don't make that much of a massive difference, I don't think. Not with the percentages. So maybe that is a tactic. Maybe. I'm not sure. I haven't quite decided. I might try it out, test it out, and see if it just does genuinely tempt more solos. 19 people watching. I'm going to be really quick here and say hit that like button. 19. Yeah, since it's mostly gear doing the work. Yeah, I have Shajar. I have her as the assistant to Queen Boudica. When I'm playing serious, I have Isaac Brock. But yeah, it's something I might try and just test around. I'll test it around in Battlefield or something. I lost them 5 people and you didn't hit the like. There was 19 people there and I thought, do you know what? I only need one more like for my 10. I was going to do it really, really quick, but I missed it. Okay. Let's have a look at the scores. Let's see, with 30 minutes to go, are we going to have some drama? That's what I want to see. I want to see some drama in these last 30 minutes. Shield, 629. They're like 130,000 ahead of Leo, who are 118,000 ahead of HMD, who are 72,000 ahead of Joy. That was impressive maths very quickly there. That deserves a like on its own. Peasy, 169,000. First place individual honours are going to him. It looks like. Leonidis, 144,000. 44 BB, 44,137. Ziz on 110. Young Dad makes up the top 5 with 98,000. There it is, guys. My target's achieved. 10 likes. That's it. I'm done. I can end the stream now. I can go home, grab a beer. I'm joking. Can you imagine ending the stream now and not looking at the final scores? That would be interesting. Should try that one day as a prank. End it when there's like literally 10 minutes to go. Live stream goes off. No, I wouldn't. Okay. I'm talking nonsense. You can tell I'm just wanting something to happen. And something is not really happening of any sort. I need a battle report. I need someone else to be in first place, whether that's individual or let's have a look at this. What you skated here? Ah, this is a building, isn't it? Someone go and hit it. Let's go and see where it is. It's Orly. And Orly is zeroed. 15 people watching, 10 likes. Actually, what were the stats today? Shall we have a look at the stats? 271 views on today's. Always like to see how many views I get. Normally you get more for the semi-finals and final, understandably. So that is something I will be expecting. But yeah, I'll take that. That's pretty decent. Score detail, nothing is going to change at all. So, no, that's not what I want to do. So, is there anything else I can talk about in relation to my keep while we're waiting for things to happen? Let's have a look at a general. Let's have a look at Queen Boudica, because I just want to show you how lucky I've been with Queen Boudica. Let's put the heart on and choose her this way. So, this is the Choreo. Actually, I changed one, didn't I? I changed one to the Augustus leg armor because I also randomly got that. I don't even know where that came from. I just noticed it one day in my items, and I was like, "That's brilliant! I'll use that because it comes with the enemy ranged troop and siege machine attack debuff, ranged troop defense debuff, and then ranged troop siege machine HP debuff." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll use that." Because the other one, the Choreo, as a matchup, was only debuffing the siege machine attack by 40%. But this one's 30% for ranged troop and siege machine. So anyway, I don't know where that came from. But what I was going to say was I had 5 pieces of Choreo. 5 pieces. 3 from the grind from that Wheel of Civilization and doing all the grind that you do on there. And then any other events where random fragments come from. So I got the 3 pieces. It took a long time. But the other 2 pieces on the right-hand side, on the left-hand side, sorry, of my Choreo came from... I'm not going to see events, am I? No. Okay. That's really useless. But it came from the Alliance boss chest. And I've only ever saved up enough badges for the two cracks at getting the Civilization equipment. And both times it was a different piece from the left-hand side of Choreo. And I was like, how lucky are you doing with that? I doubt it will happen the next time. I am getting closer to having more badges to be doing it for a 3rd time. But as long as it's debuff, that's all I want. And as long as it's not a piece I've already got. And I have been lucky. I've done it twice. And I got 2 individual left pieces of the Choreo armour. Let's go and have a look. We've got an Alliance War going on. Let's see if this is actually happening. 177. No, it's ridiculously lucky. I couldn't believe it when I did it. I was when I done it the first time, I was like, oh god, that's lucky. And especially as I opened up the 4 pieces of Choreo for the set side of things. But when I landed the next one, however many months later that I'd done it, I was like, you couldn't make that up. I doubt I'm going to do it with the 3rd piece, but you never know. But yeah, so I have 5 pieces of Choreo. Need 1 more for the full set. What submares am I running? Let's go and show you this, actually. Now, as I said, one of the things with my submares that I've done wrong is I have, if you haven't watched, I'm just going to mention again while we're here. These two pieces here, I don't... Oh, let me just go to this one. This is the one I want to go to. Let me put that on. So these two pieces here, the boots and the leg armor, I have randomly got wrong on different generals. So when I go to the different generals, you'll see those boots and leg armors are different on different generals. I need to fix it. I've got them wrong. I think I know what I'm doing now in relation to that. But I messed that up early days, and I didn't notice until the other day that I'd actually done that. But these are the sub-generals I've got. Got Mark Anthony, Baldwin, Hojo, Baldwin, Mark Anthony, Hojo, Andrew Jackson. I'm late to the Andrew Jackson party. Obviously, he's available in the tavern, hence the reason why I've taken him up to 4-star. I'm thinking that may be something I do. What has he got for the 4-star Ascensions? So he reduces the enemy range troop attack by 20%. There was another 20% there at 4-star in 4th-star Ascension, and then obviously there's another 20%. So that'd be 60% in total for a enemy range troop debuff using Andrew Jackson. So that is something I am considering doing. I do think there is definitely room for improvement on these because I don't have many Ascensions on the different ones. And I don't know if other people are running with all Andrew Jacksons. I don't know if that is a strategy, but for me, 60% debuff on the ranged probably is. It's probably a good strategy and something that I'm definitely considering doing. In terms of that equipment, like I say, I do need to go in there. I do need to change it so that they're all running the correct pieces. And when I did the video the other day for the Ultimate T1 Defense, that's when I noticed. I was actually jumping in. I was really excited to show everyone the sub-generals I got and the equipment I got on there. And as I was doing it, I realised that there was a few pieces there that are wrong. And I think I've got 9 sub-generals and 5 of them were correct all the way through. 5 of them were correct all the way through. Not a problem, I believe. But yeah, so that's something I need to fix. There's always something for me to fix. And that's what, genuinely, I'm being honest. Started this account in terms of streaming back in March 2025. My account is so much better now that I've been doing these videos and people have been giving me their advice. The one thing I will say with the Evony community is, you got the Reddit Evony TKR, you got the Discord Evony as well, but also you do have the videos, and the videos is where I have learned so much from. I have got so much information from you guys, and I don't know if I've still got it on here. Let me have a look. You're the expert. That's the one. I made that thumbnail using AI, but it's true. You're the expert. I'm not the expert. I'm just someone who enjoys playing the game, who's randomly found a way to throw a video together that people are getting involved in. But that is genuinely true. You guys are the expert, and you have made my account way better than it was with me just doing it on my own. And that's why I really enjoyed doing this. Chasing HP with... Yeah, I think there's definitely some work I can do on those sub-generals. I really do. And I need to look. I've got a few gems. I haven't got many gems, but I've got a few gems to go and throw at the tavern in trying to get some different ascensions, some sub-generals that I can level up. So that is something I'm going to do. Okay, so let's have a look at the scores. How long have we got left now? Literally 21 minutes. Score detail. Yeah, definitely can. Shield 642 not changing. 120,000 ahead of Leo on 1821. The looks like now, I think with the HMD and Jay and Joy have accepted that they are 3rd and 4th, maybe challenging each other for those positions, but haven't gone too crazy in what they're sharing. PZ is in first place, Leonidas is in second, 44 BB, 44 Ziz, and Young Dad. That has pretty much stayed the same, and actually I think Katwita in sixth place has been where it's all been. It's stayed the same all the way through. So that hasn't really changed much. I don't know if we've got anything in relation to any battle reports being shared. Defence is 1. Yay, we've got one. It was from Dreamfire. Oh, it wasn't a great attack though, was it? But you know what? It's one that I've got. It's one that I can have a look at. Dreamfire has showed us their defence buffs. Need a bit of work on the old debuff there. But yeah, at least I got to see one. That was the main thing. Okay. You can tell that there's not much going on because here I am with, 20 minutes to go and the watching has dropped down to 8. I reckon it's one of those events today where it would probably be, I don't mind sharing the other people as well, where it's probably better watching the other streams because this one has just literally been the same from start to finish all the way through. We sometimes do have the late charge. It doesn't look like there's going to be a late charge in terms of the top 5 changing or the alliance positions changing. It looks like it's going to be like that all the way through, stuck exactly the same way it is. It'd be interesting. So, yeah, anyone else got any advice on what you would do with the sub-generals? Also, as well, I'll ask that question in here while I'm here. K39, K40. I have the option. I think I can... No, I can't. I can't afford K40. I was thinking I could afford it. I can't. 15. And I think I've got 20 in reserve. So, no, 35 billion. So, 35 billion I've got. Would you use that to... Would you say save up your resources to go to K40? Or would you build those T1, T2, T3 mounted troops up? We've got a shared coordinates. Let's go and have a look at this. Where is it going? It's for a tense. Defense is 1. We've already seen that. Even the rallies from SLD look like they've dropped as well. 13 people watching. We've got a few more back in. If you have just recently joined the stream, then do share your ID in the chat. Make sure you share them in all of the live streams. People do this and it's perfectly acceptable to go and share your ID in all the different streams so that you get those additional rewards from Evony times X. So it's definitely worth doing for that. And also as well, if you've got your ID alliances, if you've got your alliance IDs from other people, other players, send them in. I will send them all across. I'll literally spend 15 minutes after the end of this stream getting them all together and then sending them all across to Evony. Score detail. Disappointed. It's going to be much better next week for the semi-finals and the final. Sometimes as well, it really does boil down to what you're matched up against as well. I said Shield 664, that's with 21 players. Leo, Lions of 1821 are clearly an alliance or a server. Server 1821, I'm assuming, is quite small on the payers, maybe. The people that stayed long term, because there's only 12 people in that Leo battle today. So when you consider they got 546,000 with 9 players less than Shield, that is a decent turnout. It really is. And if they'd have had anywhere near the reinforcements, etc., that Shield have got, this would have been a much stronger battle. And probably even Leo would have challenged. But that's probably what's cost them today in terms of first place and those individual positions. HMD, Hold My Drama, what they do look like they're going to end up with is the top scorer, the first place for the personal scores with PZ. Joke's on you. They have the strongest castle, strongest keep, K48. Again, I will say this as well. in the chat. I said it earlier. No one really gave an answer, and it's a difficult one to answer. But K48, how much do you think it costs to make a K48 keep? You know, like I say, I can't go to K40. I've been K39 now. It feels like forever. I've been K39. And to go to K40, it's taking me forever to save up the resources to go there. So if that's just to go to K40, then I can imagine the K41s, 42s, 43s, etc. are going to be ridiculous in terms of the resources needed. But to go to K48, how much do you need to spend doing that? I would imagine tens of thousands. It's got to be tens of thousands, hasn't it? Got to be tens of thousands to go to K48. And it just goes to show as well that you can spend that money. And in tournaments like this, of course, you're going to score well from an individual perspective. But from an alliance perspective, is not going to be enough to qualify. So, yeah, interesting. Let's go back into the Alliance chat. What have we got going on here? We had a tweeter. I would have liked to have known what that would have been. We've got a shared coordinates for Bubs, but Bubs is already burning from HMD. Battlefield map. Let's jump back over and see if there's any more burning castles from SLD today. This is what they look like. Like I say, they do have some pretty decorations going on there. That is for sure. That's Young Dad is the one that's been running all the rallies, I think. 17.8 billion. No one's really challenged in taking any of these guys down. Although, of course, there could have been a lot of healing that's gone on that I haven't seen. But again, oh, why is that not doing it? There we go. 18.3 billion. They're a really strong group. This is one of those where you say, this is a team. This isn't individuals. This is definitely a team that are a very well-oiled machine. That's what we're going to call them. A very well-oiled machine. Okay, I'm going to go for my last drink, and I will be back in 2. Okay, I've got a very squeaky chair. You might hear that in the background. I do need to buy a new one at some point. Let's have a look where we are. We've got 10 minutes left. So any late charges is going to happen now, if it's going to happen at all. For the turning up of the different alliances, SLD had 21, HMD had 19, Joy have 23. So they've had a few latecomers come to the party. Leo, always 12. And that has definitely been the reason that they haven't challenged SLD, which is this alliance here, for the top scores. In relation to the scores, let's have a look. Again, Shield S1, C server 1706683,000. We have server 1821 on 573,000. Server 1724 in third place on 395, and it looks like server 1845 are going to end up with the wooden spoon, 340,000. But I always say, you finished fourth, you haven't finished last, you finished fourth. That's what we need to say here. Leonidas is part of Joy, and he's also the biggest castle with a K48, and he's going to be part of the last alliance, which is obviously very disappointing for him. Peasy is looking like he may have a challenge on his hands for first place, because Leonidas has decided to come with a late charge to go for that first place with 165,000. 44 BB, 44, 154,000. Fourth is Ziz. Fifth is Sujen Salik. And I will go slowly down the list so that you can have a look at all the other people that are in the scores for today. Again, if you've joined late, do share your ID to the chat. I will send that across to Evony after I've finished. Shout out some random people. Luke, 21st place. Bird Street in 24th. We've got Dizzy in 29th. We've got Bonds in 35th place. Andrasar in 38th. We've got Rasputin in 44th. We've got Chris in 50th. Dark Ghost 55. And we are coming towards the end now of all of these different people. Spaghetti Man in 65th place. And Hacker 71. Purge Tommy 75th place. And when you consider there could have been 100 people in this tournament today, Purge Tommy can take that away with knowing that he finished in 75th out of 100 people. How cool is that? Okay, we are... Oh, let's look at that. We're in the middle of watching a rally being set. Where are they? 44B4, 44. Let's go after him. They're going after one of the biggies. They're going after one of the biggies. The detail, I didn't get in there in time. 22.3 billion. Shall we see if that's changed? 19. They took off nearly 3 billion. Nearly 3 billion. But 19.6 billion looks like the score there. Are they going after him again, do you reckon? Are we going out for some late scores? 19.6 billion is still the deal there. It doesn't look like they've started anyone different on him. 70. Oh, no, they are. They are starting a new one. So we will keep an eye on that. They're trying to take 44BB 44 down. 17 billion. You're going to have to keep coming. Is it making a difference to the scores? 44BB 44 is now in first place. And that is because Shield have decided to try and take him down. So he's delighted, probably. Delighted that they've obviously tried this. Because it suddenly made him in first. Leonidas is like, oh, I want to get involved in this. Leonidas 44, BB 44. Go back to that score detail. So, yeah, 181,000, 178,000 for Leonidas. I will be back 1 second. I've lost the chat as well, so apologies. If anyone is saying anything in the chat, I've lost it. So, oh, here we go. I've now got it back. I've got it back. How many T1, T2, T3 do you currently have? I'll show you actually. I will show you how many I have. I did share it earlier. I don't mind sharing it again. For the T1, T2, T3, I have all the way down here. I've been working on this actually to yesterday, and I have 434 million on the T1, 146 million on the T2, and 47 million on the T3. But I am going to do a bit of work in trying to get that up over the course of this week, to be honest. Especially with the way they're doing this new resource event, with the speed resource event, which is definitely a different way to do things. So 44 BB 44, after this crazy attack from Shield, has now literally propelled him way into the first place. Way into 250k. Is that what you reckon? Do you reckon it's cost 250k to go to K38? For K38, K48. That's crazy. Yeah, Leo does know how to do that. That is for sure. Okay, so there's not long to go. 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Leo is in first. Not Leo. 44 BB 44 is going to win the individual honours from Leo, who are going to finish in second place for the Lions of 1821. Shield have won the day, 732,000. Hold My Drama are going to finish potentially in third, unless there's any late drama from Leonidas. Joy, Joke's on You, server 1845. And let's just go down for the last few scores. Again, I'll shout out some people that I didn't shout out first time. Tex-Mex. Craig Law. We've got Harry. We've got Bergham. Chansey. Sarface. AC Ace. Try to Conquer. Hopefully I'm shouting out people who haven't shouted out before. We've got Eadwig. Who else have we got? We've got Hook in 57th. Kazla Curvo in 63rd. Lepage, that's one of the only people that's burnt from SLD, I think. And then going all the way down to the bottom. Perch Tommy has got some additional scores. He's on 144. So 104? Sorry, 104 he's on. But he's got some additional scores. So very well done to them. Okay, literally 2 minutes to go. Nothing is going to change. So I am going to shout out again that if you haven't shared your ID, if you haven't shared your Alliance members' IDs, now is the time to get doing that. Definitely build more T1 before heading to 40. Thank you. That is, a few people have said that. I wasn't quite sure. That is definitely what I'm going to do. So I appreciate that. 750 million T1. Here I come. And also, what it'll allow me to do, I don't know how much it's going to give me in terms of power, because I've been trying to keep my power score down, 2.1 billion. No problem at all. I would appreciate you giving me the thanks for that as well. And I will be here next weekend for the semis and the final. And it'll be really, really cool if you guys can also join for that. 11 likes today. Appreciate that as well. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, I do all kinds of Evony videos. I'm making them all the time alongside some other games. And I also have my website, theempirebuildacademy.com, that you can also go and check out. 54 seconds to go. Final scores. It looks like this is going to be where it finishes. Shield are going to finish in first place. Leo are going to finish in second place. HMD, Joy, third and fourth. A little bit close, but Leonidas is on 196,000 for Joy. Pretty much a one-man team there. 219,000 for 44 BB. 44 from Leo with a late charge, and that, with 20 seconds to go, is pretty much it. So again, big massive thank you for all of you that have managed to stick with me for these 2 hours on the stream. Do consider, like I say, going and watching some of my other videos as well. And then it would be awesome as well to see a few of you next weekend when I do the semi-finals and the final. That is where I'm going to leave it. The final scores there, they are going to be on your screen very shortly. And my contribution was 0. What a surprise. View results. The 44BB is 7 billion right now. Okay, let's have a look. That is the final scores there. As we said, shielding first, server 1706. Server 1821 in second place. Server 1724 in third. Joke's on you, Joy. Server 1845 in 389 in fourth. And then the top 5, 44BB, 44, Leonidis, Peasy, Ziz, Youngdad. And then we've got Katwita, Sir Jen Salick, the Shiznits, Stockhawk, and Orly. And that is where I'm going to leave it. Thank you again for joining. If you haven't shared your ID, I'll say one last time to get that in there. And I will send that across to Evony. And I will look forward to seeing you in more Evony videos. And hopefully next week on the live stream. Thanks for joining. See you soon.